now AI has been a part of each and every field.
AI is not a market, it's a tool. It's a very valuable tool.
Artificial intelligence, it's about reshaping how we live, how we learn, research, and connect.
Really, Canada was among the pioneers on 2017, really launched the very first kind of pan-Canadian artificial intelligence strategy.
It is a revolutionary and the breakthrough technology, and it empowers the innovators. It empowers the economy. It empowers the policymakers.
We are using a lot of AI, different tools, different aspects in the different fields, especially in the medical field, the healthcare sector.
AI is not for a particular area, reason, like the country. It's for world.
If we don't know how to use AI, if we don't know how to ask the right tailored question and set specific parameters, we're going to get terrible information.
In the government sectors, we are using AI to identify the defects, like the process controls issues. The AI is playing important role.
Every breakthrough begins with a conversation. And every global shift starts when people from different corners of the world come together to reimagine what's possible. Artificial intelligence isn't just about speed or scale. It's about reshaping how we live, how we learn, research, and connect. That's why we are here today, not just to explore AI, but to build bridges between minds, institutions, and ideas. It's my pleasure to hand over to our program chair, the insightful and always forward-thinking Dr. Nadine Campbell, to officially open the session. Over to you, Nadine.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Welcome. I'm Dr. Nadine Campbell, and I'm delighted to welcome everyone to this global table discussion on AI, research, and innovations. We're here today with thought leaders, educators, entrepreneurs, and researchers representing diverse global contexts ranging from North America to Africa, South Asia to Australia. Our aim is simple but powerful: to share perspectives on how artificial intelligence and innovation are reshaping research, education, and the global knowledge economy. This event is part of ExpertGate's ongoing mission to bridge academia and industry, ensuring that expertise and innovation are not limited to borders. Again, thank you for being here, and let's dive right in. Can I please ask that each speaker share a brief keynote highlighting regional perspectives and innovations in AI, starting with Mr. Baker from the USA.
Thank you, Nadine. For starters, let me just say that I do feel I don't get intimidated very easily, but certainly not being the only non-doctor or non-professor participant in here, I do feel a bit like a pair of sneakers that are formal, if you know what I mean. For me, AI is not a market, it's a tool. It's a very valuable tool that we need to explore in terms of its use and ensure there is not misuse. I operate within the tech and the media sectors. Somebody's asked me to admit something. Okay. Anyway, I operate within the tech and media sector, and I've seen the explosion of AI everywhere. Everybody is AIing something. For me, and I use analogies so I can explain things to myself. AI is just kind of like a search engine on steroids. And I think that one of the things we have to do is to really get over this initial excitement about AI being a huge market. It's going to change our lives and so on and so forth. I'm old enough to remember when we said this thing about the microprocessors and the laptops and the PC. And of course, the mobile phones and so on and so forth. So, fundamentally, though, I'm very excited and looking forward to, trying to find a way to, cooperate and maybe shape some of these concerns that I have jointly.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Sneakers at a formal. If you've never seen Jay-Z and his $1,000 sneakers, you're well informed. And we're happy to have you. May I please ask Mr. Jallouli to share his insights on regional perspectives and innovation in AI.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nadine. And it's a pleasure to be here as well. I kind of want to hit on a couple of different things around where Canada's going in this quest for AI. Really, Canada was among the pioneers on 2017, really launched the very first kind of pan-Canadian artificial intelligence strategy. So they're really ahead of the game when it came to thinking about AI, and they've really worked quite hard on partnerships between kind of different institutions across Canada and really driving research and collaboration across academia, industry, and government. And so this investment looks roughly $2.4 billion this year. We just announced our Minister for AI within the federal government. And so, we're really where that takes us in Canada is really this, I would say, this view between kind of two poles, right? If you look at kind of the EU risk-based framework around AI policy, and you look at more of the entrepreneurial, capitalistic view of AI in the US, Canada is taking a very much a balanced position. So the idea is that they want to support both kind of safe and respectful and respectable AI usage with guardrails and thinking, but also trying to promote it kind of quite heavily. And so really there's been a lot of work associated with this. Joint R&D projects, talent exchanges across government, a lot of AI data centers are being kind of stood up across Canada. Alberta recently launched a very large one, an initiative there publicly. They want to invest quite a few $1 billion in regards to building AI data centers and the power infrastructure required to bring the compute home. I think one other thing that's really interesting to think about is the amount of vacancy that exists within organizations around digital literacy and around AI and digital talent. And so they've made a commitment at the federal government to really fill up. We have roughly like a 30% vacancy rate within government around AI and AI usage. And so they're doing a lot of work around fast tracking, kind of smart leaders, smart people, entrepreneurship, both internally and externally within Canada. And really Canada's focusing on really being this, like, as I said, this regulatory bridge, right? Somebody that's has some guardrails, but still has an entrepreneurial spirit with a real big focus on kind of like diversity, inclusion, and ethical AI in many ways.
Thank you so much. I'm so impressed by what Canada's doing and their ethical approach to AI and this whole notion of leveling up through education and literacy. So AI literacy is, I think, key and something that ExpertGate is truly here to support. Now, can we hear from India?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening also. And in the representative as India, my perspective as far as AI is concerned in India, that we all know that it is a breakthrough technology. It is a revolutionary technology. So as I'm saying that it is a revolutionary and the breakthrough technology, and it empowers the innovators. It empowers the economy, it empowers the policymaker. So as India is a developing country, so that the basic philosophy of India to empower to the next level or the innovator or the researcher that they can use the AI, that it is not confined to a big tech giant. That is the government policy of India, that it is started that as AI mission. And I'm fortunate to be a part of the evaluation committee of the AI mission, which takes care of healthcare. That is my parent institute, that which can take the use of AI in the healthcare. And by using the AI in the healthcare, we not only empowers the clinician, we empower the innovator, we empower the industry also to use the AI, because the India is trying to become the developed country by 2047 as Viksit Bharat. Our aim is to allocate maximum budget to the AI, that we can high speed GPU, we can empower the entrepreneurs. So for this purpose, this is the main direction as far as India is concerned in AI mission and digital health. First and foremost initiative was taken by India, that is the AI Kosh. Kosh means, it is a Hindi word, that it is a dictionary. What kind of the innovation is taking place in all over the country. And then it can be taken by the stakeholders of concern. As this is the global platform to participate and to collaborate and partnering with the other stakeholder wherever it is required. We have a first and foremost starting point where we can the India can play that this is the technology, these are the technology that this can AI is used, and that can be taken to further extent like a that how it can be used as a end users. And the basic philosophy of India is the use of this AI technology. It would be cost effective, accessible, as well as affordable, that even the end users can be useful for by using this technology. And then we are that it has been very well used in as well. I am the representative of the public health organization in the forecasting of epidemiological data. How you will handle the data, how you can get the new treatment, new diagnostic and point of care diagnostic to the end users which are in the remote areas. So that is the basic perspective as far as the AI is concerned in India, and we have started lot of program for India that to make a big economy and contribute to the as a global partner for the as the AI is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's very insightful. That notion of that Vision 2047 and implementation of a push to empower the Indian population around AI is commendable. And I'm sure ExpertGate can help support that in numerous ways, because we're all about bringing the light to the dark and supporting emerging economies. So that is fantastic. Thank you so much for those insights. Now can we have hear from Professor from India? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Pranav from Prabhakar. We are going to see how AI has changed the biotechnology paradigm in terms of transport, transformations, and then what is the strategy. So completely, when we are talking about the biotechnology, AI has completely changed the scenario in terms of accuracy, you can call it, scalability, you can call it, data analysis, you can call it, in every domain. Every domain means I'm talking about from pharmacy, biotechnology, drug discovery, agriculture, metabolic engineering, every field. So some of the few fields, like when we are talking about the drug discovery. So in drug discovery, if you see how AI has helped us in terms of target identification, how different targets are going to work, medicines are going to work on the different targets and their validations. At the same time, because we are having a large pool of molecules available on the databases, so a screening of those molecules, there we save a lot of time because of this different AI tools. And then clinical trials analysis, their optimizations, it helps a lot. Initially, we used to use AI tools or informatics that is only in the genomics and the proteomics we had. But nowadays, we can use this AI. We are using this AI tools in the personalized medicines also, like variants, predictive genomics, we can call it, precision oncology, call it, especially in terms of imaging system. There, AI has helped a lot in medical imaging and diagnostic purposes. So, on the basis of image identifications, their predictions, classifications, and then integration of those image processed data along with the other domains of the medical field, you can call it the pharmacy or biotechnology or the different other aspects. At the same time, in the agricultural field also, and as Sadhana ma'am has told that we are expecting that by 2047 we will be the developed country. So we are using a lot of AI different tools, different aspects in the different fields, especially in the medical field, the healthcare sector, bioprocess engineering we are having. So certainly this all the AI tools, whatever we are having, either it will be online or different available tools. So they help us a lot, and supporting it's really increase our processing, and you can call it the speed, accuracy, data analysis. Every places it help us a lot, and it is helping. So certainly after some time it will be one of the compulsory component of every educational systems or every labs, you can call it. Nowadays we are using AI but there are some hesitations. We normally tell students that don't write your reports, assignments along with the AI tools, but because it helps a number of different ways, so certainly it will be a compulsory component because it increases your number of other things. It saves your time. It gives you lot of other options. In the healthcare sector, it helps us a lot in different sectors. Like agriculture, you can call it. Their crop trail predictions, you can call it. Genome editing prediction, you can call it. Validation, you can call it. So there, it helps us a number of ways, different ways.
Lovely,
Excellent.
lovely.
I just love that immersive view of AI within the Indian economy and, that targeted identification in biotechnology. There's hope for me to live till 200 years yet if everything comes to fruition.
Dr. Nadine, just before you move on to the next lovely speaker, I believe Dr. Naveen Dhingra has finally joined us. It's 2025. We're still going through all these technical errors with technology at the forefront and everything, but we have Dr. Naveen with us right now.
Thank you very much, Dr. John. Thank
Might
you
be good to
very
hear
much.
from him.
Excellent. Welcome. Welcome. Please share your perspectives on your regional perspectives on AI, innovations in AI from your perspective in India. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much, because the topic we are discussing, it's not a topic of a country, but it's a worldwide topic today. And the best part is that previously it was a part of considered to be in the engineering section, but now AI has been a part of each and every field. When you talk about India, you know that it stands as a pivotal juncture in the global AI landscape. Our nation has rapidly now emerged as one of the leading contributors of the AI research ranking, among the top countries in terms of the AI related publications and citations. There are many institutions actually which are working on it, and IITs and ITs and many private universities are still working a very great job in the field of AI. But it's not the volume, I'll tell you. It's about the quality and the impact of the India AI research that's actually drawing the global attention, I believe. If you talk about from healthcare diagnostics to the agriculture yield predictions, India researchers are building AI systems, and I would like to highlight that point. Not only the technically sound, but socially relevant. And you know that is the most important part and the topic for mine, as I always selected, that whatever the technology we select, it has to be both the economical as well as the socially relevant should be there. If you talk about a significant reason behind this growth, it's the strengthening of the academic and industry partnerships. Talk about the organizations like the Google, the Microsoft, the TCS, and many others are increasing. They're collaborating with Indian universities. They're offering shared research grants, joint labs, and membership pipelines, which actually is helping the AI for the growth of India and the worldwide. And these partnerships are actually helping the translate lab innovations into the two important things. One is the scalable, which is actually should be, and the second is the real world solutions. However, I believe all those things, the innovation thrives in the urban, but I always believe that there is a digital division still persists between the urban and the rural India. But I won't air quote only for the India, it's all over the country. We are facing that part still. So we need to, we need to democratize all these things, and how we can do it. It's a very simple part. The very first important thing, that we should develop the AI curricula for the regional languages, because we are only focusing on some of the languages, but once it comes to the regional language, it will go to the worldwide. We have to set up the rural AI innovation hubs, I believe. We should train the local teachers. Now we are focusing only on the relevant part, the metro parts, but we should teach the local teachers as well, so that the education in the AI should be community based, and the community workers should reach there. And using AI, I believe we can bridge the gaps, like personalized learning tools and the rural students, I believe. So I believe AI is not as a technology of the future, but it is a bridge between the Bharat and the whole world of today, which actually link the research industry and society. I believe that's the most important part for the AI today, and to India, but not only to India, for the whole world. That is an important part. Thank you very much, Dr. Nadine. I believe it's a very spare of time. Lots of speakers are there. We have to hear a lot of them. So thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. I'm just really impressed by your discussion of quality. It's about quality, not quantity, and the plans for addressing the entire country, including the rural sector. And that's one of the major things that we need to get across developing countries, rural areas, even in First Nation countries. There are pockets that are still missing this AI, and it's very important to bridge the academia with industry and the little or common man, so to speak. Let's move on now to Dr. Hasan in Bangladesh.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. So everyone know Bangladesh for the garment sectors. We are very big in garments areas. But besides the garments, we have some other sector also like the agricultural sectors. And we are a agri-based economy, agri-based countries. So the AI applications we have started to apply in the garment sectors, in agriculture and food sectors, and also the IT is the given priority for the government parts. Although now we are passing very critical moments because we are having interim government, we have a revolution in Bangladesh. So we are passing very critical time, but even though we are focused on our goal, we have a goal to achieve the sustainable development goal by 2030 and to become a developed country by 2041 is our visions. So achieve that visions, we are working with globally. We have global partners, developing partners who are collaboratively trying to achieve that goal. Ultimately, when a country is developed, it's a development of contribution for the all over the countries. So what we did is we have prioritized the IT sectors, the AI sectors, and we have included course curriculum in different universities and engineering sectors. We have developed lots of arena. Then the government is providing subsidy for the IT-based equipments, IT-based technology adaptations. So this is the priority area. We are trying to focus on the export markets, for the garments area, food area, where we could able to achieve our foreign currency by exporting our products, adopting new technology. So in the garment sectors, we are using AI to identify the defects, like the process controls issues. The AI is playing important role. Although it might be surprising, the country like Bangladesh, it may not be, seems that we could able to adopt those technology. But yes, we have globally recognized garments factories who are using this AI technology. And maybe globally 60% of good garments factories are available in Bangladesh. And for the health, safety aspects, process defects identifications, and to provide the quality and safety products, we are using this AI in garments area. Besides this, agri sectors is one of the prioritizing area because earlier we are solely focusing on the garment sectors. Now we are using this AI technology in agricultural sectors, in the farm like the animal husbandry practices or poultry farms. We are using this AI technology to understand what is the real condition of the water composition in the pond, so that we can understand now the pond has oxygen lacking, so we can control by sitting in the home. And even in the cattle farms, we are also controlling all the issues, and we are monitoring the conditions of the health of the poultry farms. So this technology, we are getting support from our donors and development partners like USDA, USA. They are helping us to by implementing some project. And some research organization, they are also part. And we understand India is a very big development partner for a long time. We are using their support also. So by taking support from everyone's, by taking support from our development partners, we have been taking a lot of initiatives. Government is very much positive and optimistic, and the young generation, they are very focused on their goal. I think the new education system, new dream of Bangladesh, if you can able to adopt to achieve to become the developed country, would be really grateful. And this AI will help us to achieve our goal. Just try to focus some area like who are implementing this success history, like Gcabo is one of the company who are already used this technology. BRAC is with the largest NGOs. They are using this AI technology in agriculture, in farm, and other area. BUET and Dhaka University as education center, they are trying to popularize this AI based technology and adopting in different areas. I hope if collectively we can grow region based, if we have a policy how we can implement. Like there are some negative side also, like the frauding, like cyber security is a big concern. So if we can work together globally, then might be this will be very much helpful, and it will help everyone to achieve our future goal. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Look forward to working with you all in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's really some powerful stuff you were saying. I love the whole notion of collaboration and sustainability and the attempts to reduce the negative aspects of AI. Keeping it brief because we're kind of running out of time. So let's move on to, where are we? Dr. Qureshi in Pakistan.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share insights regarding AI, acceptance in education, public-private collaboration in innovation, and future aspiration in the AI ecosystem from the Pakistani perspective. Regarding education, I would state that Pakistan has prioritized integrating AI into its education system to bridge skill gaps and foster technological literacy. For example, the AI is now a compulsory subject in the national curriculum. This has been done in accordance with the UNESCO's vision for ethical and inclusive AI education. Punjab Higher Education Commission Faculty Development Program and Generative AI Training for Educators has been initiated to upskill teachers in AI pedagogy, ensuring effective adoption of AI tools in classrooms. Similarly, initiatives such as smart classrooms, e-talim portals, and AI-powered community learning hubs are being rolled out to address rural-urban divide. Punjab government has approved recently AI-focused university in Lahore. Government schools have collaboration with Khan Academy's AI-based education facility. Private schools in Pakistan are adopting tiered AI curriculum. For example, the city school has partnered with Century, an AI-powered education platform, to provide students with personalized learning experiences. A unique example is of Source STEM schools. It is a pioneer school that integrates AI into its curriculum, providing students with hands-on experience in STEM fields. The concept of smart school is also now common in Pakistan. Colleges are offering courses related to AI, blockchain, and cloud computing. Conventional Pakistani universities such as ComSets, NUST, FAST, and LUMS have started offering complete programs related to AI and similar technologies. If I talk about the public-private collaboration in Pakistan, there is a collaboration both at national and international level. Some examples are of Presidential Initiative for AI and Computing, National Centers of AI, Sino Park Centers for AI, Nawaz Sharif Internet City, Ignite National Technology Fund, AI-powered community hubs, and e-Rozgar centers. The Pakistani government has allocated rupees 15 billion to the Prime Minister Youth Skills Development Program and rupees 105 billion to business agriculture loans for tech developed startups. It has established both a national vision and a policy for AI, which focuses on transparency, inclusivity, and human rights. Pakistan is collaborating with UNESCO and the UN to emphasize ethical AI development. Pakistan has partnered with WIPO to support innovators in patenting AI-driven tech solutions. Some Pakistani institutions collaborate with Chinese tech giants such as Alibaba for AI training. Events are held like AI Everything Global 2025, in which Pakistani tech firms and startups demonstrated AI solutions in governance, agriculture, and healthcare, attracting international investors. Higher Education Commission, Pakistan Software Houses Association, and tech companies organized national AI hackathons to encourage innovation. Future aspirations in the AI ecosystem, I would state that Pakistan's AI Vision 2025 outlines ambitious goals to position the country as a regional tech leader. The national AI policy aims to harness AI's projected 13 trillion global economic impact by 2030. Key sectors like agriculture, healthcare, and governance are targeted for AI-driven efficiency. Pakistan seeks to align with frameworks like the EU's AI Act and China's AI Development Plan, enhancing cross-border collaboration in research and policy. Programs like the Green Youth Movement and Digital Youth Hubs aim to train 5 lakh youth in AI and coding by 2030, addressing unemployment and fostering a tech-savvy workforce. To overcome issues such as infrastructure gaps, regulatory weaknesses, and gender disparities, Pakistan plans to bring 5G connectivity, enforce AI ethical laws, and incentivize private sector and research and development in the near future. Thank you.
Wow, your program seems very comprehensive, a very comprehensive AI education system. I'm very impressed by what you're doing in Pakistan. Now let's move on to Dr. Habib from Bangladesh.
Thank you, Nadine. Thank you. Good evening, afternoon, and morning. Thank you, everyone, for participating and listening to us. Thanks, ExpertGate, for organizing this webinar and invited me as a panel speaker to discuss about sustainable engineering through AI and capacity building matters. Especially, I shall brief Bangladesh cases. For sustainable development to be achieved, it is crucial to harmonize three core elements: economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental protection. These elements are interconnected and all are crucial for the well-being of individuals and societies. Now, let's have a look at how AI could contribute. AI could help engineers design buildings so that are more adaptable to climate change, making them more resilient to extreme weather and energy shortages. AI-based solutions can help buildings better manage power consumption and energy use, optimizing for cost savings and greater efficiency. Building automation systems powered by AI can automatically adjust lighting, heating, and cooling systems, security systems to minimize energy. AI will continue to improve the integration of renewable energy sources in both buildings and cities accordingly. How AI applications that can help with sustainability problems by including predictive analytics for climate modeling, smart grid management for energy efficiency, AI-powered waste sorting and recycling systems, precision agriculture tools for optimizing resource use, AI-driven design for sustainable product development, carbon footprint calculation and tracking tools, etc. How AI contributes to energy efficiency? By optimizing power distribution in smart grids, improving building energy management systems, enhancing the performance of renewable energy sources, and reducing energy consumption in data centers and industrial processes. If you look into the renewable energy cases, that how AI can lower carbon emissions by optimizing transportation routes to reduce fuel consumption, improving energy efficiency in buildings and industrial processes, enhancing the performance of renewable energy systems, and providing accurate carbon footprint calculations for better decision making for the industry. AI in sustainable agriculture optimizes irrigation and fertilizer use, predict crop yields, and identifies pest outbreaks, enables precision farming techniques, and helps in soil health management. AI is used in waste management also for automated waste sorting, optimizing waste collection routes, predicting waste generation patterns, and improving recycling processes. AI contributes to greener software development by optimizing code, automating testing processes to reduce resource consumption, enhancing predictive maintenance to extend software lifespan, improving algorithm efficiency, and creating UX that encourages environmentally friendly behaviors and minimizes digital waste. It has been estimated that AI can reduce operating expenses by 15 to 20%, increase the efficiency of renewable energy by up to 20%, and decrease unscheduled outages by 30%. Real-time adjustment to power generation may be made using machine learning algorithms, which lowers waste and operating expenses. And in such cases, industry and academic collaboration is very much necessary for implementing through the courses to the universities. By 2025, more than 60% of power utilities are projected to employ artificial intelligence to enhance their operations, with a compound annual growth rate of 12% for AI investment. AI optimization can improve grid sustainability and reliability by reducing carbon dioxide emissions by 5 to 7% yearly. Now, let's have a look for Bangladesh scenarios. A country well known for its quick economic expansion and rising energy needs is about to witness a technological revolution in the power industry. Integrating artificial intelligence into the energy infrastructure has the potential to resolve long-standing issues and advance the nation toward a more efficient, dependable, and sustainable energy future. Bangladesh must use AI's potential to improve the resilience and performance of the electricity industry as the rest of the globe adopts it. Like many other energy grids worldwide, Bangladesh's energy system needs help to balance supply and demand. AI-powered intelligent grids have the potential to completely transform load management by dynamically allocating electricity according to current demand data. Energy theft and losses from technological inefficiencies pose severe difficulties to Bangladesh's electricity sector. AI can assist in detecting and preventing energy theft by examining patterns of use and spotting irregularities that point to unapproved use. When combined with AI, advanced metering infrastructure can offer real-time monitoring and notify authorities of any questionable activity. AI can also identify regions with substantial technical losses and suggest specific changes to cut down on energy waste. Bangladesh electricity industry can benefit significantly from AI, but certain important issues need to be resolved. Strong cybersecurity measures are necessary to safeguard sensitive data, making data privacy and security imperative. Given that AI systems require highly trained workers and cutting-edge hardware and software, significant investments in workforce training and technical infrastructure are necessary. Collaboration between the public and commercial sectors is essential to developing the requisite skills and promoting an innovative culture in the industry. To successfully incorporate AI into Bangladesh electricity industry, strong cybersecurity and data protection safeguards must be implemented. Workforce training and technology infrastructure must be invested in, and public-private collaboration must be encouraged. Legal frameworks must be created to direct the use of AI and encourage creative thinking. These actions will improve energy management, increase grid stability, and make it easier to integrate renewable energy sources. However, AI is the future and only future to move forward. Not only in Bangladesh, not only in India, all over the world. So we all are sufferer here and we need to improve our infrastructure and so on. And finally, that's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Habib. Some of the most hopeful statements were made by you with regard to climate change and how we can, have sustainable energy and still produce and work as we all want, having, energy available to us. So thank you so much for those positive statements around how AI can help right the wrongs of our past behaviors around climate change. Our last speaker today is Dr. Riyadh, Mr. ExpertGate himself. What do you have to tell us today, Mohammad?
Thank you, Chair, and everyone, and my mentor, especially Nadine. Campbell. So look here, just I want to highlight three things. First of all, I want to highlight, the Australian perspective where we live, we work. In terms of Australian government, as you mentioned, your country, all countries, especially I believe around the world, all countries, they are working on AI. They are thinking about AI, and they have a lot of, improving their policy and fundings. So aligned with the other country, our country, especially in Australia, we are, our government, we have national strategy on AI. Recently, I have seen we have also national strategy declared TAXA, Australian, the one of the education body. They highlighted how AI, we can integrate on our classroom, like for example curriculum, assessment, and the activities and teaching methods, so that our student, the future generation, they will be well prepared and they will know how to utilize AI as a ethically transparent, and so that the whole world, they will get benefited from this technology. As we are all researchers, all are experts from academic and industry, we always welcome new technology because we want to learn, we want to innovate, we want to bring something, for the community. We are ready, but there are a lot of issues we have seen on, the confusion we have seen on our researchers. Because as my current role, I'm working as a global research partnership here at ExpertGate. When I talk with the researcher, they are very happy, they are ready to use AI. But they always highlighted just, the confusion, ethical confusion about the AI, because still they are not clear. Because many countries, including Australia, we are all countries, still it is the early stage. Including, I can see USA, they are the pioneer, the AI, they know, but we are still working. We are still train of our our employees, our staff, our academicians, we are still running. So we are still there's a lot of the unclear things, we are still learning, and we are okay, this AI is not if you just clearly use the ethically use, or if you know how to use AI, will be beneficial. As our speaker, they highlighted different sector. So our country, our Australia also, they are thinking, not only our nation, Australian nation, they are thinking they are also allocating funding for our international researchers, so that we can work together, we can contribute as well as national priority of of Australia as well as the border countries, the overall countries. So as I mentioned, our researchers, they highlighted that they have the accessibility issues, because many countries, they are unable to afford the premium version of AI. So I believe the AI should open for our researcher and academic. It should be free so that they can utilize, they can see how AI work, and they can the work the different sectors. Also, our researcher highlighted, so we have our government, they encourage us, they keep they improve our policy, but the question is, what is the platform so that we can connect with the border community around the world? As you, a speaker, mentioned, researcher mentioned, AI is not for particular area reason, like the country, it's for world. Just not only AI, maybe something is coming, new technology coming, we need some sort of platform where our researchers, they can sit, they can discuss, and they can come up the solutions. And some platform also, they should work for our researcher. So what is our researcher issue? If you look the Google Scholar, 100 years we are using Google Scholar. We are going to get benefit from Google Scholar. How can we little bit extend on Google Scholar, where you can add all your publication contribution, and so also you can also communicate, you can further the collaborate, you can build your team, you get funding, not your region, from overseas. Like Australian people, they can get funding USA, India, from Bangladesh, the other country, and also other as well as Indian researcher, Bangladeshi researcher, Pakistani researcher, also US researcher also, all they can get funding from our country like Australia, so that we can contribute together to the world, and we can solve the what we are thinking, the world, beautiful world, harmony world, the good world. So we can build this way, right, Nadine?
Well said, Mohammed. I am a strong supporter of ExpertGate because of its view on accessibility, the embracing of new technology, the bridging of academia and industry, and lifting the world at the same pace, at the same rate, to just make sure that everyone has access to AI and emerging technologies and the global collaboration that it aims to support. All right, moving on to the roundtable discussion. Let's start looking at what are some of the key challenges we've encountered when it comes to the responsible implementation of AI, and how you are addressing these obstacles in your respective regions or sectors. Please feel free to share your strategies, lessons learned, or even challenges still unresolved. And let's just have an open and honest dialogue, because we are treading new ground and learning new things. And I believe that we should use the raise hand function at the top of your toolbar. I don't want to, round the table as formal as before. So do the raise hand function and share your insights with us. Bill, was that you saying you want to go first? Yeah.
Yes, because it's actually quite late and I need to sign off. Okay, so I was around. I mean, this whole AI, I was around, the early internet and YouTube and so on and so forth. And what we witness is all kinds of plagiarism, unlicensed content, unauthorized content being played on YouTube. And I was actually a victim of that myself. Okay, so and because of that, the Digital Rights Management Act was created. Make sure that everything is copacetic, and Hollywood is very protective of its content as it should be. What I'm witnessing now is, and that big challenge is being in a content business as well, is the fact that there really is no way to do that. Okay, and I have some ideas out of this. I'll give you a perfect example. Where I'm in a nutrition business, and using video AI, which is an excellent tool. I can go in and just literally one sentence is, how does calcium affect the human body? Okay. In less than 3 minutes, I'll have a 60-second video that really details what calcium does to the body and how it affects it and so on and so forth. All that stuff is video gathered from the universe, if you will, the content universe online. The key here is that I have no idea whether that is licensed content or not. I have no idea. So what we need to do is think about how is it, this is outside of content, how is it that we can add or create digital rights management version 2, to include AI so that everybody is protected. Part of my early thinking is that we need to have some sort of a tag, if you will, to each particular content that identifies the author, so that the author gets paid, whether it gets paid peanuts or dimes. At some point, we need to have a system that allows for a fair and equitable use of original content.
Very interesting discussions. I was having this same talk with some colleagues, and it's moving from this individualistic society to a collective society where everyone owns information. And in the Western society, information is dollars. And so trying to get around ownership and citation and payout is huge. So unless we go to a global collective, we own it all. I have no idea how to get around that. But Bill, I think you're on to something. The next person who raised their hand was, I believe, Dr. Dhingra.
Thank you, Nadine. As Dr. Bill has well said everything, but I believe there are again some of the few challenges we are facing with the AI. One of the primary challenges still, I believe, that the AI has developed a lot, but we are facing is about the data quality and the representation. If you talk about, the AI models are trained on the data sets that don't accurately reflect our linguistic or the cultures or the socio-economic diversity. That is an important part. And I believe that we should be focusing on developing this region-specific data sets, which I have also put in the previous word by expert. The second, which I believe is about the digital and the AI literacy, especially in all different areas, there is a very important. So to tackle this, as you have asked for the challenges and how we can overcome these challenges, I believe that we should pilot some community education programs that could overcome the challenge. Another challenge, I believe, one is the ethical and the regulatory ambiguity. In many sectors, if you talk about especially the education and the finance, where we work, there is a lack of clear guidance on what responsible AI is. So for that, we need to go for the self-regulation and the transparency of the work. And the most important, I believe, is a challenge, the gap between the innovation and the implementation. While we see the brilliant AI ideas in the lab and conferences, but very few translate into practical approaches. So I believe there demands a very strong collaboration across the academia, industry, and government. And I congratulate to the ExpertGate. Actually, they are using the exact way of the AI, and they are actually doing this job. So you are actually removing one of the key challenges of the AI. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, collaboration and access is majorly important. All right, let's move on to Mr. Jallouli, I think is the next person we've got on the list.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Nadine. I just want to really briefly touch on I think some of the challenges that I think we're going to continue to face. One is obviously the infrastructure leg associated with creating the compute power required to do this, and the environmental impacts, I think, that our people are going to have to really deal with. You're seeing a lot of the big technology providers begin to acquire power, the nuclear power, as well as kind of power generation. They're snatching up every generator that they can find in the US and globally, right? So that's Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and others. And so what does that mean, when we generate that much power for these type of use cases? I also think there is regulatory uncertainty in general across countries. And so the idea is that some, like I mentioned, have a progressive, a view, some have a conservative view, somewhere in the middle. And, what does that mean when it comes to collaboration? And then I would just say there's just like those ethical tensions, right? So how do you begin to figure out data sovereignty, training data, how does that work? When it comes to AI, and we're seeing some, at least I've seen within government here, we're seeing a lot of people spin up their own models. And so even though there are public tools available, everybody kind of wants to spin up their own models to own their core sets of data. Yeah, and I just think those are big questions that we're going to have to continue to answer and weigh the pros and the cons.
Yes, it's the data, the energy. In one breath, we're looking at using AI to solve all this climate change and global consumption. Yet we need more and more power to make AI work. It's just amazing. What's coming first, the chicken or the egg? All right, let's move on to Professor Prabhakar, I believe, had his hand up next.
As Professor Dhingra has well said, that implementation is important, and one of the major challenge we see in this case in the using of AI is the privacy, because a lot of people are face those challenges. They are concerned about that one, the data privacy and other things. So certainly government has to make some kind of well-defined policy for the application of, for the usage of this AI, as well as because we are talking about the research in biotechnology, so every institution has to use it very genuinely. Like you can call it, application has increased from different previously in the biotechnology, means it was from descriptive to observational. So now we have shifted towards because of the use of this AI into predictive and data driven, but it has to be used ethically and genuinely. There should be it will help us in the innovations. It helps in another way, but every good things come with some limitations, some bad things. So we have to avoid those bad things with some kind of guidelines, some kind of policy, some other things. So that should be done.
Absolutely. Policy is key to making things ethical and fair. Just moving quite along quickly because I'm looking at the time. Can we hear from Dr. Srivastava, please?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity as the challenges I am talking about. That is the AI emerging technology, and we are focusing on the partnership and the global discussion, and the major challenges came across step by step when we are achieving the different milestones. Because this is the emerging technology, we have to give kind of the recognition to the innovator, the ownership and the proprietary, as well as on the other hand, we are talking about accessibility and about affordability. The major challenge where that how we will balance this proprietorship as well as the affordability and accessibility. That is one important challenge, that it is a kind of push and pull mechanism, that on one hand we have to acknowledge the innovator, on the other hand we have to make such kind of the policy which has to be balanced, that recognition of the innovator and the startups and entrepreneurship, and the other hand that the end users are benefited by the very minimum cost. That is required when we are talking about the harmonization in the regulation, because in a different country, and we are talking about the participation and the partnership with the different stakeholders all over the country. So the regulatory harmonization is must. That the regulation in our country is a different, that the regulation the a developed country would be the different. How we will just only achieve a single-mindedness of the countries which are the stakeholders of a different or of a single technology. And the important the challenge is the data, because we have to came across when we are talking about the AI, that we have to manage the data and the protection and the proprietorship of the data when we are talking about the clinical trial data. And when we are talking about the academics that generating the data, and it is going to the industry for the product development. How you will balance? These are the challenges we came across, not only for the AI, but the other technologies like biotechnology, nanotechnology, any kind of the emerging technology, the same kind of the challenges we are came across. And important thing is that the definition of the intellectual property right, the patenting, because it is emerging technology in our country. It is very confusing and it is very not clear as we are taking the computer software program. Per se, it is not patentable. But when it is embedded in the hard disk, then it is patentable. So in different countries, the proprietorship would be the different. So we have to look these aspects very clearly when we are talking about the partnerships, when we are talking about the innovation converting into some kind of the tangible outcome. That this is all the challenges we have to keep in mind when we are achieving different milestones through different terms and country conditions. This is our responsible, this is our boundary, this is our kind of strength, this is our ownership, and this is the type of the mutual ownership. These kind of things we have to take care right from the beginning. Thank you.
Nadine, one thing I want to share,
Yes.
just she is a former director of Indian Research Council. Yeah, one of the former director. Yeah, very good
Yeah.
suggestion.
Fantastic. Yes. Yes, we all, it seems that we need to have some global policies as opposed to regional policies out there so that we're all playing on the same level playing field, and how we can protect the data and proprietorship is absolutely essential. We have Dr. Qureshi, and then we will turn it out to the general audience, which the first speaker would be Dr. Kakoli. So, Dr. Qureshi, take it away.
Thank you. I'd just like to add few things, few perspectives of my own. I'm basically a university lecturer, faculty member, so I'll be sharing my perspective from that side. In my view, there's a confusion regarding ethical usage of AI. Most students don't understand how it should be used. There is, more importantly, in my view, there's a negative effect on human intelligence if the students don't know how to use AI. And quite often, teachers simply say you cannot use AI, or if you use AI, your assignments will be, allocated 0 marks. In my view, that is also wrong. But then again, usage of AI without, the students experiencing failure, struggle, and suffering, that is also, not right. So there is need to accept that, okay, is the future. There needs to be training, there needs to be guidance, there needs to be research how AI should be used without, negative effect on the human intelligence development. And regarding research, in my perspective, when I did my PhD recently, although I had access to, university provided library and other sources, but as we all know very easily, mostly go for Google Scholar, and now there is no AI and all the other, recent technologies. But the problem is that, for example, I had to experience this thing myself, that at very later stage, I learned, okay, this is the way there's a journal website, and this is the way we need to access and check what are the journals publishing. So actually, in fact, we waste time if we use AI as a shortcut. AI should be used to augment, to support, but not to do all our tasks. For example, I have learned, just I believe, as most of you have learned, we learn technology, and then we are now using shortcuts. So these things we need to consider. That's about it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much. To sum up, it's basically garbage in, garbage out. If we don't know how to
Exactly.
use AI, if we don't know how to ask the right tailored question and set specific parameters, we're going to get terrible information. And so we have to constantly engage the gray matter between our ears when we use this technology in order to support and expand our learning and to make sure we're doing the things correctly, ethically, and actually understand. So AI is not there to replace our brain, but to support what we're doing, to but the brain is still the most important and the most powerful technology, and we have to know how to use that brain to be analytical, to be critical around everything before we take on the recommendations of the Jarvis out there. Anyways, let's move on quickly now to the audience. Dr. Kakoli still there?
Thank you, Dr.
Please
Nadine.
share.
I just wanted to echo everybody's sentiment regarding the ethical use of AI in our everyday work. What I did want to point out actually was that in addition to developing laws and policies and holding organizations responsible for the misuse of AI so that it does not cause harm, I also want to bring up the point that we want to strengthen or make our public or the users aware and educate them. I think somebody had also mentioned this, on the risks and the responsible use, so that we can empower those users and individuals and communities, because it is actually a great medium for collaboration, global collaboration, and also it saves a lot of time. It gives us ideas when we're at a writer's block, and but the fine line between ethical use and misuse. But while doing that, while making these decisions, regulatory bodies, it is very important, I believe, to have a diverse group, inclusive genders, cultures, expertises in the body who will be making those decisions. So that's all, I guess. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That is very, very important to have diversity within these policymakers at that global level to ensure that the ideas and are represented across the globe. Thank you so much for that insight. So I'd like to start wrapping up by thanking all our incredible speakers for their contribution today. It has been an inspiring, enriching session, and we've learned so much, but we've just scratched the surface. As we look ahead, let's stay connected, let's share ideas, and above all, continue to break barriers to build a better, smarter, and more inclusive world through AI and engage the brain. Certificates of appreciation will be sent out to all our speakers today. So thanks again. On behalf of the ExpertGate team, thank you and goodbye.